Hello, my name is Zamora, and today we will be learning about the changes in a female's brain after they have given birth and how that leads to a change in behavior. Before a female gets pregnant and has a child, there is nothing in their brain that tells them they should care or even want to care for babies. It actually tells us to do the opposite. When females, or males for that matter, see a baby, their brain sees it as something scary. Particularly, our amygdala tells us to get away from it. But at some point that has to change, right? Well, it starts during pregnancy, when the fetal placenta basically takes over the female's body to best suit its needs. Throughout pregnancy, the hormone progesterone, which helps to avoid spontaneous abortions, rises then decreases, while estrogen steadily rises and peaks near birth. Late in pregnancy, the body starts to produce prolactin that causes milk production in the breasts. And lastly, there is a very large increase in oxytocin receptors in both the uterus and breasts. When a female goes into labor, the vaginal cervical area sends a nerve signal to the brain's hypothalamus, specifically to the periventricular nucleus, or PVN, and supraoptic nucleus, or SON. Neurons in these regions fire in unison, triggering the pituitary gland to create oxytocin that is then sent to all those new receptors in the uterus, causing contractions and eventually a baby. While these hormones prepare the body for delivery, they also prepare the mother's brain for caring for an infant. Estrogen and prolactin go from the fetal placenta to the brain and end up physically altering neurons in the medial preoptic area, or MPOA. Prolactin specifically stimulates the MPOA that then signals the amygdala to suppress fear. Now, instead of running from a crying baby, mothers are more likely to go towards it. After a baby is born, the first thing it'll want is food. So, while nursing, oxytocin increases in both the mother and child. This causes the mother to become calm and less hyper-aware of danger, and more focused on her child. Because of this, mothers get the chance to look into their baby's eyes, touch and groom them, as well as cuddle and vocalize, or make baby noises. Because these acts are tied to breastfeeding, mothers with higher amounts of oxytocin in their system do these mothering actions more often. But what makes mothers keep mothering? Well, prolactin isn't the only thing that changed the MPOA. After giving birth, the MPOA becomes extra sensitive due to the increase in estrogen. So, when the mother gets sensory cues from the child, a signal goes to the ventral tegmental area, or VTA, where dopamine is made and then dumped into the nucleus accumbens, which then ends up causing the brain to make a connection between caring for the child and feeling good, meaning that mothers will continue to care for their child. I think it's important for everyone to know a little bit about how their brain works and how hormones can affect behavior. Thanks for listening.